It is a murder mystery in one of the state's safest areas. A pregnant woman stabbed more than 30 times in her home, and it's unsolved 10 years later.
When you go back and think about it, it's quite shocking.
The WDSU I-team investigates the unusual circumstances that still surround the case and the reason why cops may never bring anyone to justice. Back in 2004, investigative reporter Travers Mackle was one of the first reporters to uncover the gruesome details of this killing. Now, 10 years later, he has more on this Metairie murder that made both national and international headlines.
In this quiet Metairie neighborhood near Chappelle High School, the unthinkable happened back in December of 2004.
You really don't realize how long it has been.
74-year-old Norman Ragoof lives 2 doors down from where a pregnant woman was viciously murdered.
When I first came around the corner, I seen all kind of police cars, and I was wondering, what in the heck is going on now?
What was happening? An investigation into a killing that made national and international headlines and left cops looking for answers.
We're in the fact-finding stages of the investigation at this point.
On December 19, 2004, Iman Mahana Muhammad was murdered. A Muslim woman who taught school in Jefferson Parish, Muhammad was stabbed 33 times in the stomach. She was more than 6 months pregnant when she was killed. And cops say the killer took Muhammad's life and that of her unborn child.
Just nothing like this had ever happened before. You know, it was shocking, more or less, you know.
This case was suspicious from the start. Detectives say the phone lines to Muhammad's Metairie home were cut, and there was no forced entry into the residence, which is located in the 2200 block of North Sibley Street.
That the house was not ransacked.
Back then, the sheriff, Harry Lee, said there were signs of a fight.
And it appears from the evidence there was a struggle in the bedroom.
Muhammad's husband, a taxi cab driver named Fakri, spoke to the media at the scene on the day of the murder.
She doesn't have any problem with anybody.
He was questioned as a suspect, but never arrested. Within months, Crime Stoppers was offering $50,000 for information. At that time, its highest reward ever.
A large reward really, I think, showed, just a concern by the immediate family.
And family ties is one reason why this case made national and international headlines. Muhammad was the sister-in-law of Abdel Halim Ashkar, a man who at that time was one of 7 candidates vying to replace Yasser Arafat as president of the Palestinian National Authority, and a man accused of laundering money for the terrorist group Hamas. The story was printed in newspapers across the globe, but it didn't help.
We got very little information through the hotline.
I mean, the first thing you're looking at, is this a possible hate crime? Is this an assassination? I'm sure that Jefferson Parish looked at all those and exhausted all of those options.
Former NOPD detective and SWAT team commander Mike Kahn says nothing about this case adds up, especially the brutal way in which Muhammad was murdered.
That would indicate to me that someone knew the victim and this was somewhat a crime of passion or a crime of infidelity, something along those lines, because of the amount of stabbings.
The Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office tells us this is still an open murder investigation, but they're quick to point out that over the last 10 years, they've exhausted every tip, lead, and resource involving this case, and they've turned up very little.
Considering the circumstances, I would say they may never find out. They may never find out.
Legal analysts say as time passes, so do the hopes of a successful prosecution.
It'll be very tough because the husband and the boyfriends are the first suspects, so they've gone through that. So it's much more difficult unless they come up with some forensic.
Crime Stoppers isn't losing faith.
It's not forgotten. The case is there. If any new information came through, we would investigate that. We would pass that on to be investigated.
But people in this sleepy subdivision aren't holding out hope for an arrest in a murder that seemed to wake everyone up.
It's very probable it'll never be solved. They never find out.
On your side, Metairie, I'm Travers Mackle, WDSU News.
In 2014, 19 of the 39 murders in Jefferson Parish have been solved.